Cool. Well, the live stream seems to have started. So in this episode, we're going to have a look at adding some eyes and mouth to the Wookiee. I'm going to cheat. The whole goal here is to get things up and going as fast as possible. Even then, I will say that eyes and mouths are probably the most complex part of a puppet well, at least for me anyway. They tend to have the most number of things that go wrong for people. So this will be exciting. Okay, so we're going to come back to our Wookiee scene. I'm just going to turn the camera off for the moment. And we've got our Wookiee. Cool. So what we're going to do as a first step is I'm going to use independent layers for this other artwork over here. So we actually want to get rid of all of these things. And so I'm going to do Control E or Edit Original from the menu to bring up Photoshop. I'm just going to hide these two eyebrows for the moment. I'm going to keep them. And then there's a feature here called Healing Brush Tool. And if I remember correctly, you hold down Alt and you click somewhere, and then you can come down here and it's using that other point as content to put in, which is cool. But I forgot I was going to do something first. And what I was going to do first is take a copy. I'm going to create a new layer because I want to come back in a later episode, and I'm actually going to use this eyes. So I just want to keep a copy of the artwork just so I've got it around. Paste it on there, and then I'm going to hide these two layers, but let's just make sure I've got the two eyes. So yeah, and I want the mouth as well. Let's use a lasso, just because it's hard to get back. Copy, create a new layer, and I'm going to hide those layers. Cool. So now I'm going to come back, clicking on my Wookiee, and I'm going to go back and redo fleshing out the eye. To me, this is pretty darn amazing. I'm really impressed by this. And so I'm just clicking, rubbing, and you can see the little plus sign maybe, hopefully. It's copying sort of artwork from up there. And so the reason I'm doing this is I'm going to drop some other eyes on top here, and the eyes are going to move around, and so I don't want to reveal the old eyes underneath. That would look confusing. I'm going to do the same for his mouth. And we're going to drop another mouth over the top. Cool. So that's the healing tool here in Photoshop. Healing brush tool. Pretty cool. So then I'm going to save that and come back to Character Animator and go on. Now up here in the start, you can get a hold of sample puppets, and you can pick whichever one you like. I'm just going to try and use this plain one. What I'm going to do is copy a whole lot of artwork out of it. So we've got his head, we've got two eyebrows, which are just these two straight lines, I'm sure. Yep, I don't need them. We've got this left eye, including a blink layer, and I'm going to grab that one. You'll see why in a little bit. And in the right eye, sometimes I'm actually not much of a Photoshop user, but I found in Illustrator, if you don't always have them visible. Sometimes when you do copy and paste, it leaves it behind. So that's why I want to grab it. So what I'm going to try and do is copy. Hopefully I can just do a copy. Control C. And I come over to my Wookie. Control V. And this was the left eye, so it appears on the right. Oops, didn't grab it all. Left eye. Okay, so I clicked on the top and shift click down to all of it. Hopefully that will move it all. So I'm going to put one eye there. And come back to the other face. Now I'm going to look down. We've got this right eye. I'm doing Control C for copy. You can also do edit, copy. Come back to my Wookie, do a paste. Shift click. Move the eye over to the right. So now I've got two eyes. I'm going to hide the blink layers. And so I've got a pretty ugly looking eyes on a Wookie. I'm beginning to really regret picking these particular eyes, but too bad. That's what you get for doing quick and nasty. So I'm going to do mouth, edit, copy. And I'm going to come over here and click on Chewy and edit, paste. Oh, I should have kept doing what I was doing last time. So what's happened is it hasn't put him underneath Chewy. So I'm going to click this little down arrow. I'm going to drag that on top. Now the mouth is underneath Chewy, which is what we need. I'm going to drag it down. Did I get that right? So we've now got I'm going to take these three and I'm going to create group from layer, I think it is. Group from layers. I'm going to call it old eyes and mouth, just to get it out of the way. I'm going to hide it. Okay, and bring back the eyebrows. Oh, of course, mouth is in the wrong spot. I don't know if I need to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I just got bitten before in Illustrator. There may be a better way, sorry. Okay. So I pick all of this and I'm going to move it all down here. So these are all the different mouth positions, and I'm now going to hide them all again. We'll get into why this has got multiple sub-layers a little bit later on. Actually, just while I'm clicking, what you can do is you can have what's called cycle layers, and it will play through an animated sequence of images, which so you sort of rather than just jumping straight to a position. Cool. So now we've got a mouth, a couple of very eerie looking eyes that just make me feel he's on something. But I'm not going to touch him. Okay. So we've got all that in the artwork so that you can see there's a lot more structure now to the artwork. And I'm going to save that and come across to Character Animator. And come back to Wookie. And we've now, if we click on the right eye, you'll see that it's because the names are all right, it's tagged that with a right eye. It's tagged this with the right blink. And what it'll actually do is it will replace all this other artwork with this blink layer. when he blinks. And we got the right pupil. It's got the pupil and the size of the pupil. It's a little dot on the inside. And then we've got the eyeball, which is a whole range, and it's called right pupil range. And that's how far the eyeball is allowed to move. It will stay constrained by this area. And then we've got the left eye. I'm just checking the tags. So they're okay. Left blink, left pupil size, and left pupil range. All looks good. Okay. And now if we have a look at the mouth. This is both mouth and mouth group. There are times that you'll actually put another layer above this, another group above it called mouth group, but not in this case. And if we scroll down a bit, here is all the mouth positions. And so this is how a character animator knows how to make the different mouth expressions. And so they're all looking pretty good and tagged. I'm not going to check all of them. Now, because I see these numbers here, I know this is a cycle layer just because I do know. You tend to use numbers for the frame numbers for cycle layers. So I'm going to add cycle layers. Add cycle layers. It's just these ones with multiple frames. And if you don't believe me, come back to blank face. And if you notice here, most of the mouth positions are hidden, just the normal one is revealed, but over here we've got cycle layers. And so I was correct. I've got to check that first. And so when I copied the PSD file across, it didn't copy all the behaviors. It didn't copy all of these triggers, which have been hooked up with keyboard triggers, so you can actually different things are going to happen. Oh well, we'll see how we go. Let's come back to Wookie. So if we go into record mode now, for our Wookie scene, not for the other scene, we've got this very alert looking Wookie. And you see his eyes are moving. And when I close my eyes, it replaces it with a blink layer. And when I smile, he smiles. And when I go, ah, he goes, ah. Now, at the way this works is the eye gaze is what's controlling what the eyes are doing. And this eye snap makes the eyeballs go one side, middle. I'm going to take my glasses off. The reflection of the glasses messes things up sometimes. And so it's sort of, it's got 9 positions. You can also turn off the camera. Where's the face? I've got these eyebrows too strong. Okay. Coming back to the eye gaze, you can actually also turn on the mouse. And so, I could better turn off the draggers. And then I can use the cursor to control which ways the eyes are going, which can be useful. Now, if I turn off eye gaze snap, I can actually get a lot better control over which way the eyes are looking. And if I can also do that with the camera. And so that is another way of doing it. So the snap just makes it very clean and crisp and so forth. So there's a number of settings here you can use, strength and all sorts of things. If you've got a touch screen, you can actually use that to control the position of the eyes as well. And if it's not seeming to look in the right direction, just look straight at the camera when you're going to be ready and hit reset pose. This button here, set reset pose, and that's so it knows where the center of your eyes are. But the mouth got a smile, but I'm talking and nothing else is happening. Well, if I do open my mouth up, it's actually getting two expressions from the webcam. And the two expressions are smile and surprised. Everything else it doesn't get from the webcam. And so in the artwork here, there was neutral, which is no expression, and smile and surprise. They're the two it's getting from the webcam. All these other ones, it actually does audio analysis of your voice. And so what you've got to do is also turn on the microphone. And now with the microphone on, he's talking. Now I've got a whole lot of audio processing going on here, by the way. So there's a bit of a lag. Now, I've pushed all these things going now. I'm going to start doing a record. Record, 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 record. Life is very fun when you're going to record. And what's happened is I've got an audio track down here, and there's a new track down here called Visemes. And the Visemes is what's generated by this lip sync behavior, and it's really useful. I'm just doing a zoom in because what it's actually done is from the sound analysis, it's worked out all the sounds for me automatically. So you just talk and it'll do all the mouse movements for you. There's an R, there's a D. And so there's a fixed number of mouth positions for sounds, which were these mouth positions here. And so what you need to do is to actually draw up your real own artwork for all of these positions, or still from another puppet, and the eyes. But you want one that's going to suit the puppet. So what we're going to do in a later one is I'm going to try and do something a bit better than these eyes, which look frankly a bit eerie to me. Doesn't really fit with the puppet at all. But if you just want to get something going really quickly and get a bit of a feel, it's nothing like stealing from one of the sample puppets. Is there anything else for the mouth? If I show the, go hide neutral just to sort of show. See, there is image 1 of R. And there is image 2, and it's just a little bit wider, and you can see the tongue in there. And so it's just, you can just see, oops. The whole idea is that you just got a few frames, not too many, but just a few frames, and so you get a smoother animated sequence for the mouth going from an R or A sound. Cool. Well, that's all I wanted to show you this episode. This is a fairly long one, but hopefully you can see that this is not everything you can do with eyes, by the way. There's a number of other features in here. They've got eyelids, you've got clipping masks and a number of other things, but we're not going to get to that in this episode. This was just a quick one to steal some eyes from another puppet and a mouth from another puppet, and we've got our basic puppet going. A little bit more liveliness. And you can come back and re-record over the top. So now we've done the eye gaze. I might turn that off, and I'll turn the face off, and I'm going to turn off lip sync so that when I come back and do another recording, I go to fit, I need the dragger. There's the draggers. Here we go, I drag. we can do a recording. And you can, so we've added some more tracks to it. And you just keep doing this over and over again. So this time we're going to do the other hand as well. I'll just do that enough. And so this is how you build up, well, this is how I normally build up an animation for a puppet. I've got the volume turned off, by the way. That's why you're not actually hearing the playback recording. It's not connected up through all this audio setup. Anything else? Nope, I think that's it. My live stream, everything's good. I'm back again. I've got to finish up with Sam. Even though you know all my innards now, you get to see the inside of me. Doesn't quite feel decent. Anyway, glad you're here. Hope you're finding this series useful. See you around.